Welcome to Programming Redux. Last time I presented the core statements. Today I will discuss about the user interface. Programming environments have definitely grown since the early days of computing. In fact, much of the programming complexity is made possible by the advances in the environments. To give you an example, let me show you what Eclipse looks like. It's an environment for programming Java. As you can see, the main window contains several panels, each focusing on some aspect of programming. For instance, there's a panel showing compile errors and warnings. And most importantly, there are panels showing the source code and the output. Of course, the layout is not fixed. You can change it as you like. When you go and change the source code, Eclipse compiles the program automatically. You can then run the program to see the output. However, to be able to do this, you have to first work a bit. You have to create a project and then add the source file as well as set up the compiler parameters and such. This is what the state-of-the-art looks like when it comes to programming environments. I think it's quite obvious here that there's a huge learning curve. Not only do you need to learn to use the programming language like Java, but you also have to learn to use the programming environment like Eclipse. And this is exactly what I want to avoid with Redux. With Redux, the idea is to go back to the origin of programming and take a different path. Back in the early days, there was no mouse, no icons, and no touch screen. The user interface consisted of a screen with characters, and all the interaction was carried through it. And yes, I'm bringing it back, but with a twist. The thing is that I want the user interface to feel like an old, long-lost friend that you meet again. In the meantime, we have grown, but so has the user interface. So everything will kind of look the same, but somehow renewed. Even the very opening of Redux will convey you this feeling. Let me give you a sneak peek at what I mean. So here's my desktop with Eclipse open. When I run Redux, this is what happens. It is like stepping back into a clean and renovated room with fresh paint and no clutter. And when you close Redux, this is what happens. As I have been working on the user interface, I've noticed how cluttered our modern desktop is. It's like every component, every icon, every button is screaming for your attention. The real trick is to get rid of everything unnecessary without losing the functionality, and this is what I'm working on right now. Anyhow, I'm looking forward to showing you how to interact with the screen the next time.